Welcome into the Upstate Pulse. My name is Lonzo. It is a beautiful Saturday. You know, we were just having a conversation in the studio, and the thing just crept up on us. Now we got to do a show. Hard to believe that we have to do a show on Saturday night, which is why we're here and why we have been here for over a decade, having fun with you guys. Now, I will tell you, if you are the first time listener, if you're that guy, that girl, that person out there, that this is your first time listening and you're like, what is this? Well, people have listened to it for a long time, say the same thing. So it's not a surprise. What we are is we're not a political show. You get plenty of that with our award-winning programming during the week. What we are is a pop culture show. We talk comic books. We talk video games. We talk the latest streaming shows. We talk superheroes. We talk the weird things like chupacabras and Bigfoots and things like that. That's what we do here. And if you want to be a part of this here program, here's how you do it. 800-905-0989 is the text line. And we are also live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, and on X at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. I am not alone today. 3 of the 4 of us are here. Matthew is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Does I?
Congratulations, by the way. You don't have to say why if you don't want to, but I'm going to congratulate you. Way to go!
Yay!
For being here, and that's a big deal.
I really want the grunt headshot birthday party sound. That's what I'm hearing in my head.
The other voice you hear is Cameron. Cameron will not be with us next week, but he is with us this week
due to my restraining order against Pappy.
Yes, and you may say, why will Pappy be here? Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you next week is the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special. We've been doing it since we started, I think, because we started a long time ago, and I can't remember if we did it the first year or not, so we're going to go with that we did. And no one can dispute it because no one can remember. So there's no one out there that can say that we didn't do it. But I believe that we did. And what we do is we sing karaoke songs, Christmas karaoke songs, but we do it in other people's voices because you don't want to hear our voice. Well, you might. You never know. Rob's hat may be showing up. By the way, the instrument that I asked you to play, Matthew, I got it in the mail.
Oh.
So, and it is still in the package unopened, and I will hand it to you next week.
Oh boy.
And here's the thing, I have no idea how it works. So
no, I won't either.
And I looked at the package, I didn't see any instructions. So we'll figure it out.
Here we go. You got 1 hour to practice.
I mean, this. How hard could it be for someone as talented as you? So I would tell you that I'm going to be here. Matthew's going to be here. Cameron's going to be here. Odie's going to be here.
I'm not going to be here.
Oh, that's right. My bad. Pappy will be here. Pappy Claus. The OG Chris Evans will be here. And a special guest is coming in. I'm not going to tell you who that is. You'll have to listen or watch next week, and you'll find out who it is. So usually we have 7 people. This year we'll have 6 because one person is no longer with the company, which really stinks, but they're not here, so they can't be here. But we are going to have a good time, and we do this every year. We have fun, and you guys seem to like it. So even if you don't, we love it. So and we have a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to doing it again. Again, that is next week. Next week's show will be the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special. And so because of that, I wanted to, in case you don't know, wow, what was that? Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to noob myself because an entire break played while we were doing that. I can fix that though. Okay. We are going to play a song and let you get an idea of what it's like for the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special.
I really can't stay. I've got to go away. The evening has been so very nice. My mother will start to worry. My father will be pacing the floor. So really I'd better scurry. Maybe just a half a drink more. The neighbors might think, wait, what's with this drink? I wish I knew how to break this spell. I ought to say no, no, no. At least I'm going to say that I try. I really can't stay, but baby, it's cold outside. What? I simply must go. The answer is no. This welcome has been so nice and warm. I don't see no storm. My sister will be suspicious. My brother will be there at the door. My maiden, that's mine and vicious. Or maybe just for a cigarette more. I've got to go home. Say, lend me your coat. You've really been grand. But don't you see? It's down to be talked tomorrow. You really know. At least there will be plenty of life. I really can't stay. Because maybe it's cold outside. All right, you know what? I told my manager that I would never do this again, and here I am with this stinking kid. This kid is disgusting. I don't know why I'm doing this. That's it. I quit.
Okay, so there you go. There's a sample of what we'll be doing next week. Not that particular thing. I will tell you that Goofy and Cartman have been put together almost every single year. It's the pairing that you didn't know you needed. Probably a best of album will come out eventually. There's some negotiations about price and things like that, so we'll figure that out. Before we move on with the show, though. Well, daggum, you done just messed up, boy. Oh, yeah, boy, you done moved it down. Oh, you in trouble. Ooh-wee. That nib was for me because I made a mistake. And you guys didn't know I made the mistake. And I probably didn't need the noob. Well, actually, I did turn it up. So you can hear that's how I found out I made the mistake. So now I have noobed myself. On today's show, we are going to be talking about My Hero Academia. We're going to be talking about it. Definitely going to be talking about the video game awards. Before this hour is up, going to do some wrestling. I wish we could do it for the Nerf wall. We haven't had a Nerf wall in so long. Maybe we'll bring the Nerf. You know what? I think I'm bringing the Arsenal anyway. You know, just cause. Just cause. I might bring it anyway because you never know. An errant Nerf dart might fly through the air when someone's singing. It could happen. It could absolutely happen.
You never know.
Yes, you never know. Let's go to the stream real quick. Mark says, "Hey guys, shout out to Kid Flaccid, who we just heard dying laughing the entire time."
I think that's my favorite.
Yeah,
part
that was Patrick
too.
laughing the whole time. My prediction is Gunther, my friend Gunther, who would like to chop me, wins tonight. By tradition, wrestlers go out on their backs in their retirement matches. Then they unlace their boots and, in this case, high tops, and leave them in the ring. I may or may not agree with you, Mark. We'll find out later on in the hour when we talk about it. Scott says, in the shortest message he's ever sent, not that that's a bad thing. Evening, guys. Nothing notable to report this week, so I will just wish everyone at Word Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Scott.
Merry Christmas, Scott.
Very, very
Merry Christmas.
Very, very Merry Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, before we take our first break, listening to Christmas music can affect, which could be affliction, pet stress levels with slow tempo music, reducing stress, and fast-paced tracks, potentially increasing anxiety. So you may be messing with your dogs. You don't want your dogs to listen next week, by the way. Wham's Last Christmas, Shakin' Stevens, Merry Christmas, everyone, and the Shakin' Stevens is the name of the other band. And I never heard of them.
Why are they shaking Stevens?
I don't know. Steven probably deserves it. Speaking of Steven,
it's multiple Stevens.
Good evening, Steven.
Nice, Steve.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, are among the fastest Christmas songs analyzed, likely to overstimulate pets. So Christmas music can overstimulate your pet. Some Christmas classics like John Williams' Carol of the Bells, Brenda Lee's Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, and Bing Crosby's Do you hear what I hear? Have slower have slower tempos, and are less stressful for pets. Fast tempo music can raise pets' heart rates and disrupt their rest patterns, while slow, steady rhythms can provide auditory reassurance and support calmer behavior. Experts recommend keeping music at a moderate volume, avoiding high tempo tracks, and providing pets with a quiet retreat during the festive periods. So here's what I'm getting out of this. Okay. You know, slow songs make humans
Slow thongs?
no.
I'm sorry, I got an ear.
I don't think a thong can be fast or slow. Matthew, what do you think? I don't know.
No comment.
Okay. All right. So I don't know if that can happen. So anyway, there was a famous artist who said there'll be sad songs to make you cry. Love songs always do. If it makes you feel that way, of course it's going to make your animal feel that way. If they feel it, so what? It sounds like someone needed money for a grant and they got it to study whether pets are affected by music. That's just amazing.
But singing by Pappy makes everybody soothe.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about
everybody feels better from my voice.
Okay. All right, you're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on. I'm supposed to do a creative tease here, but I'm not going to. You know why? Because the boss is at the Christmas party. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here at News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of Carolinas.
Even though I have still not played it yet. And I am also entering a Minecraft phase again this week, so I don't think I will be playing it yet still. It is on my shelf. I'll probably be playing it sooner rather than later at this point, though, but I'm going to get through my Minecraft phase first.
What's up, Viper Dave? And Steven, as far as the Waffle House song goes, I'm just going to tell you, there's a good chance that the wonderful band Rob's Hat shows up for the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special next week, but they'll be singing a Christmas song, or we will be singing a Christmas song. Dave, we're going to work on that because we want the time into you. That's very important. Also, if you guys have any suggestions, I'm not saying we're not going to do it. But we definitely will try it. I have a solution to some problems we've been having the last couple times as far as playing music, and I think I got it figured out. Matter of fact, I know I do because I've been using said tool today already to noob myself. Matthew, what do you want to talk about now? That's a good idea. I had that further down the list, but we'll move that up.
Cool.
You know, I'm thinking about coming back with Oops just because I want to. And Lonzo picks the third mouse, which is the right mouse, after picking the first and second mouse.
Speaking of Minecraft, I do have a Minecraft event thing that I'm doing at 8:30, so I'm gonna head out like a little early, like 8:15 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Leaving for a Minecraft gathering.
Yes.
I guess you have that time blocked off.
Woo! Sorry, my woo is broken.
You know, that
That's
happened to
sitting on
me
the edge.
once.
It's over. I'm ending it now.
Don't do that. Choose life. Choose life with Pappy. Choose it.
I'm ending it all in Minecraft.
Does he really? That's interesting, Dave.
Oh, no, he does.
I haven't
It's like he just
I
shot
haven't
up.
seen it.
It's like everybody else looks the same, but
Yeah, no, I
Aang's
saw
like 6 feet tall.
I saw
now.
the promo. That's exactly what I expected to happen, but not to that degree. But I mean, I expected that to happen very,
Kid got
very much
tall.
so.
Are you kidding me? Wow. Saved it with 30 seconds left. Why is that not in there?
I done broken my toe knuckles.
What?
He rides another animal. We'll talk about that later, Chris. I don't remember what's the name of the animal that I'm riding.
That's a great question. It looks like some sort of weird demonic dragon.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It could be a wyvern.
A raptor.
Yeah,
It's a
I don't know.
It's on fire.
It's
It looks
made.
like it's
made of fire.
got horns.
It does have horns. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. It is time for a couple of oopses. Someone made some oopses about themselves. Now, this next story, I could have put in Flaccid stories, but we did Flaccid stories last week. And I don't, and last week was it was a little risque.
Stinker.
It was very risque, but this actually applies for this too.
Stinker.
You'll hear why. You'll hear why in just a minute.
Why can't we escape the stinker?
When Cameron was in Egypt's land, let my Cameron go.
That's a great question, Cameron. But we cannot escape the stinker because here's the thing. All right. A man in New Zealand swallowed a valued at $19,400. What did he swallow, Matthew?
I want to say something jewelry related, but it's probably not. It's probably something stupid.
Well,
So
it could be. I guess it could be jewelry related in a way. I suppose.
Is it a trading card?
No, but that would those edges will get you on the exit. But no, Cameron.
Well, I was gonna guess a check, but
why would a check? For not telling that, I guess literally that makes sense. All right, the man in New Zealand swallowed a Fabergé egg. Locket. So it was just a necklace. But
okay. I was thinking
say,
about a guy just downing a Fabergé.
When they say Fabergé, do you know what a Fabergé egg is?
A very large ornamental egg.
Yeah, it's usually made out of gold and other things.
It's usually very heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of made out of gold, the egg was made of 18 karat gold, green Galochi and enamel. I don't know how to say that, so I'm going to go with Galochi enamel.
Matthew, how would you say that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to see the word.
Yeah, you still. It's okay. I'll show you later. 60 white diamonds and 15 blue sapphires with miniature gold octopus inside. So here's the thing. All right, just the gold egg itself, depending on how big it is, you could probably pass that all right. But this thing's got diamonds and sapphires on it. Last time I checked, gems have edges to them.
Yeah.
And it's just not the man was arrested and charged with theft after swallowing the egg, leading to a 6-day wait for it to pass naturally. The police assigned an officer to monitor the man until the egg was recovered without the need for medical attention. So here's the thing. So this is the real joke of the thing. You're the cop that gets assigned to this. Are you rethinking your life? Are you deciding that maybe it's time to find a different way to make money?
I can't do a convincing New Zealand accent.
I just
like the guys standing there is just like, how
Matthew,
much Taco Bell do I need to give this guy?
Matthew, how quickly would you quit if you were given that assignment?
Here's the question. Do you have to retrieve it afterwards?
Well, yeah, he's assigned it. Someone's got to retrieve it. I don't think they got people in hazmat suits.
He's probably got gloves.
They might, well, more than likely. Listen,
I don't know. The guy's detained. He's in the other room. You could just play a game while you're waiting on that to happen.
If he's the cop that does the rectal
Examination?
It's not an exam. It's not exploration. It's when you're checking to see if someone's hiding something somewhere.
Where would that be?
No, don't say it. Do not say it.
It's the prison pocket.
No,
We're back to the prison pocket.
no, man. How many? That thing has been mentioned a lot lately. So
People need to stop putting things there.
when you go through the police academy, I'm guessing they don't say, "Oh yeah, by the way, there may be a chance that you have to wait till someone passes something, and you'll have to mash through it to find."
What's the right verb?
I don't
for it?
know. I don't. It's just so nasty. I don't. That's
Just sloshing through
yeah.
the evidence.
Okay. Let's. I've got another oops.
Is that what we're doing?
I've got another oops. Sloshing implies liquid, so I'm going to move on.
I mean, there could be.
Well, it's possibly. Depends on what dude ate. And did they make him eat something? It took 6 days.
Here's the thing. I made the joke about Taco Bell. Why wouldn't you give the guy just a whole bunch of
Because
spicy
that Taco
foods?
Bell thing's just a myth. I mean, it does affect some people, but all the people say, "I went to Taco Bell." No, you didn't. You liar. You went to Taco Bell and you enjoyed yourself because the food is good. Anyway, let's go to Ohio, shall we? The place of mine and Cameron's birth. An Ohio man was arrested after mistakenly depositing a baggie of crystal meth into a bank drive-through tube in Woodsville, Ohio. So you go to the bank, you just made a big deal for your meth, and you got a good sum. You want to deposit. You don't want to keep that money on you. You want to make sure you put it in the bank so it's safe. Behind in a bank.
It's like in video games where you're going through your inventory and you put the wrong thing in the shop.
Well, usually you sell the wrong thing.
Yeah, in this case, it's him selling his meth.
So my dude stuffed his meth inside one of those tubes. Here's the thing: I'm not buying this. The Monroe County Sheriff's Office stated that Jason Smith unknowingly deposited the baggie containing methamphetamine during a routine transaction at the bank. That's, I think, a key thing right there for me. That's what I think. Monroe County Sheriff Derek Norman emphasized the importance of reporting illegal drugs, stating illegal drugs don't belong in a bank drive-throughs, but they can be turned in at the sheriff's office. Okay, not very funny. Here's the thing.
I have a question.
No. Here's the thing. I think the person who was receiving the meth, someone saw them get it, and
so you think the teller was in on it?
Yeah, I think this is a thing. I mean, we need an investigative reporter like Matthew to be out there checking into this. You have to go to Ohio to check it out.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound fishy to you. I think this dude has been selling meth to someone in the bank, because also they send the meth in, they send the money back. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe.
And maybe someone noticed the meth and that person got cold feet and said, "Oh no, look, they sent in meth. Where did this come from? It's that guy. He should be arrested." Just saying. What do you guys think? You think this is real, or
some old lady who's just been like a kingpin with this?
I don't think meth has age. I mean, I don't know, but I don't think I think it's a drug for poor people. But anyhow, but again, I don't know.
I was gonna say I thought you were about to say a drug for all ages.
No, because I don't know. I've never done drugs, but I know meth.
Or should you?
Meth is a problem. But I believe the bank. I believe they were in on it. I really do. And do you believe, Cameron, that they were in on it?
You are making a compelling argument, and mostly because it's funny.
Matthew, do you? No, I seriously believe.
No, I mean,
I believe that's what they did. Do you think that's feasible theory?
I mean, like, it's just no evidence to really go on at this point. Like, yeah, it could be or it could not be. It's equally likely either way.
Look, it's Schrodinger's meth tubes.
All right. So here's the thing, Matthew. You're a policeman. You just had to go through some guy's poo to get a locket, and now you get sent to check out a meth thing in the bank. You're going to believe anything's possible. At least I think so.
All right. Fabergé eggs, meth tubes.
Yes, I don't know. You know what? Here's the thing. They're going to clean that thing up and sell it to somebody. Somebody going to buy that. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. So if you're out there,
If it's a regular sized egg, that's massive to
Yes.
swallow.
it says it on a locket though, so it's probably
Oh, it's probably really tiny.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was supposed to say, otherwise, that person has a lot of skill.
Or they have a large exit area. I mean,
Well,
you
it's
know,
more about the entrance in this case.
true.
Fitting large things down his throat. He's got practice.
Anyway, when we come back, they probably are, Dave. They probably are common in prison. Did I have another one? Actually, you know, that was supposed to be Flaccid Stories. I had it in the wrong area.
Oops.
It's all right. That's not movable.
Oh.
Guys need to stop your yawning. Sam Hill's going on.
I had a late night. I walked through the darkness.
One thing we haven't received, so I don't know if it's working, is a text, including that furry who texts every single week.
Our very valued furry.
It must be. I don't know what they do. They scamper, Matthew?
Well,
I
maybe
don't-
they have
is
a
that what they
Christmas
do?
party.
Does what scamper?
Furries. I don't know what.
What's
they
our
do.
mode of transportation, Matthew? Then you wonder, why do I come in here?
No,
Why do I care?
What?
No,
Why am I still here?
Why am I here, bro?
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Why is anyone here? I don't know. I'm here because I'm getting paid. Nobody else in this room is.
I feel like I'm next to some guy.
But I appreciate it.
I feel like I'm next to
So
some
glad
guy.
you're all here.
There.
I just gotta say, it's good to still have a job. That's all I'm saying. You know. Wow, that sounds like the spot that just played. All right, I missed that story, so I'm going to talk about that story. Then we'll take a break. Then we'll come back and we'll talk wrestling. And the next hour we'll do some other stuff. And then we're going to talk about some things and do things. Yeah. Did you? It's not coming through. It's weird. Maybe I should.
I would prefer that we don't do that, Trey.
I'm going to refresh it.
Oh, wait.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
still
broke.
that'd be weird.
There it is. Okay.
Actually, no. You know what? Actually, that song will work. Just no Santa baby. 'Cause that would just be weird.
Okay. We've had several texts and
Have we?
for some reason it normally updates. It did not. So I refreshed it and there they are. Cool. Yeah, you know what, Trey? I'm not sure that's a real song. It could be. That sounds a little risque for us. We are Matthew makes us wholesome. He is our censor. If we become unwholesome, he lets us know. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Matthew, and Cameron having fun on a Saturday night. Hopefully you are having fun. I will tell you, a lot of people are out there. It took us like 15 minutes to go, like not even a mile.
Yeah.
We went and got some delicious Donato's pizza over at Red Robin, and it took us a while to get back over here. And all I could say is, if you're out and about, be mindful of everybody else. If you are those crazy people who don't know how to drive, who we saw several of, Get your mind right.
Yes.
And everybody else, just be careful and be mindful that those people's mind ain't right.
Be mindful of the people who
Yeah.
aren't mindful.
Yeah, they're not. All right. If you would like to be a part of the show, 800-905-0989 is the text line. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X at either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. I didn't think the text line was working, but I updated, and there we go. We got some. Text says, new listener here, will you be talking about the end of My Hero Academia? Here's the thing. We will be talking about it, but we haven't watched the final episode yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Well, technically, we're going to be a couple episodes behind because we're watching dub.
Yeah. So, because I don't want to read, I want to enjoy the artwork. So I want to watch the dub. So how many episodes we have? Three. So we have 3. So I don't know what happens. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We do have theories. Text says full cavity search. Yeah. Text says, hey gang, some years ago I volunteered to go to a mental hospital to sing some Christmas songs. We sang Do You Hear What I Hear? Bad choice. Matthew doesn't get it, but that's okay. It's pretty funny.
I think that's
the texter says not a furry. Okay. All right. You know what? You know who would say that?
A furry.
No, the furries are proud.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
Absolutely.
it's
My
at
apologies.
least I believe so. Trey wants to know if we can have Odie sing I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Not sure Odie's going to be doing a lot of singing. He's going to be doing something else though. We have a special thing for Odie to do this year, and I'm really looking forward to that too. One thing we like to do on the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special is something different from the year before. A little bit of the same, but throw in something new. And we've got a couple of new things that we think are going to be. Listen, last year Pappy Claus was on the Wheels of Steel. Who thought that would ever happen?
Certainly not Pappy.
If we pull off the thing we want to pull off this year, it's going to be pretty cool. Or it could be in the kind of train wreck we usually have. Which is
things are on fire.
A little bit of column B, I'd say.
Yeah, probably a little bit. I will say that Matthew cannot wait to write the next play.
Yep.
The radio play, which he hasn't done yet, but he's going to.
Yes.
He's going to. And I would tell you it's not unusual because this is how he does it every year. So
it was the week before Christmas.
And all through the PC. Matthew was writing the show, scrambling the day before.
Dave wants to know, does Snake use his cardboard box? You'll have to tune in next Saturday and find out.
Well, he used it in the last one. So
yeah, he did. It
Yeah,
was mission critical.
All right. I got a few stories mixed up, but I'm not noobing myself. I want to throw this in there while we're still on the edge of oops, before we take our final break of the hour. A festive drone delivery happened at a South Carolina prison. I don't know if you actually talked about this or not. I don't even know if it's an old story because it seems like it might be, but we're going to talk about it anyway. What do you think the drone delivered, Cameron, to a South Carolina prison?
Oh, drugs.
Drugs,
maybe a birthday cake.
I remember reporting on this, but I don't remember the exact item.
Okay, so a festive drone delivery of steak, cannabis, and crab legs was intercepted at a South Carolina prison, sparking an investigation into the luxury attempted delivery. Hey, listen, you got all your needs if you're in prison right there. There's probably a couple other needs, but I'm not going to say it because we went too far already. The illicit package also containing cigarettes and Old Bay seasoning. Because well, listen.
I mean, it's for the crab legs, it's not for the smoking, right?
It was discovered by a guard in the yard of Lee Correctional Institute in Bishopville. Where's Bishopville? Matthew, do you know? You're a native South Carolinian. You're supposed to know where every single town and city is in South Carolina. Could you look that up? Because I don't know where that is. I've heard of Lee Correctional Institute. There used to be a time where we were allowed to accept one collect call from prison every morning on the Russ Castle show.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we got permission, and so we'd have people call in from prison. It was fun. A photograph released by authorities showed the raw steak still in its supermarket packaging, alongside crab legs, Old Bay, plastic baggies of marijuana, and several cartons of cigarettes. The drone responsible for the drop was seized on Sunday morning. Prison officials have launched an investigation, though no arrests have yet been made. Is this your steak? No. Chris says it's near Florence. Okay.
Yeah, it's between Florence and Columbia.
Keeping contraband out of state prisons is a constant battle, says the story. People would toss or use a catapult to get packages of cell phones, drugs, or other illegal items over the perimeter fence until officials raised the fences and added netting at the top, which is pretty good. I mean, raising a fence ain't going to stop a catapult. If you are smart enough to build a catapult to launch drugs into the prison, I mean, you're just going to adjust.
No, Jorge, we need to adjust the angle.
Yeah, or just scoot it back a little bit, put a little more strength into it, and then you got it. But the nets, I mean, that
All
was
right, boys, we're pushing the catapult back.
That was ingenious. I remember back in my day, because I'm old, there was this movie, and there's no way I can remember it. You guys, do you remember that old movie? But this old movie, they used remote control planes, and they delivered stuff with remote control planes. The old what is that, RF? I can't remember. It's like radio controlled planes.
Why is that escaping me?
Well, there's a landing strip like close to our house where they fly the big ones. I don't even know if to do that anymore thanks to drones. Is that thing still in business?
I don't know.
Have you ever seen those before, Matthew? Those planes?
They're basically like the RC car
version of
planes. Yeah.
So anyway, there's some inventive people out there. Not inventive enough to stay out of prison, but the people who send it in are not in prison. So I mean, you know,
True, they're truly inventive.
I think most of those guys with the money just pay off the guards. These guys have to do that this way. We come back. We're talking My Hero. We're talking It. We're talking Street Fighter. Listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. He just beat All for One is now dead. He beat Shigaraki.
Okay.
The episode before Bakugo beat All for One.
It was a couple episodes ago.
Yeah. Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Which Bakugo fighting All for One, and then I thought for sure that the baby killed him for a second. That was a good fake out. I'll admit. It was like
Literal hydrogen baby versus coughing bomb.
the coughing bomb won. Thankfully. It's like, you go down, demon baby.
Yes, we have a theory, and if you guys watch the end of it, you can tell us if we're wrong. I don't know if I want to know, though, but I'm still going to throw my theory out there when we talk about it in the next segment about how it ends. I'm not happy about it either, but we'll see. But we also have to talk about It, especially the ending of It, which made Cameron and I both go, what? You don't remember the ending of the last episode?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's like, what?
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, well, save it. Turn that dust. Yeah, Trey, we're going to talk about Supergirl. Yeah, Mark, we're going to talk about that, but in a few minutes.
I need to actually watch the Supergirl trailer. I've seen it in my Twitter feed, but I have not actually watched the trailer.
Actually, if you wanted to.
Hmm?
You have time to watch it now.
That's what I was about to do right now.
Some vintage toys like Star Wars, Transformers, and more. Visit Toy Federation Shop in Middleton Way in Greer or on Facebook.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might.
Want you guys to know that Matthew and I missed our Christmas party tonight. just for this. But next week technically is a Christmas party.
Whoa, whoa.
I don't think Charlie's showing up this year, though. We'll see.
Where's my scone, Charlie?
He already gave me shortbread, so I
Back
don't think
on the list.
He might be gone. So
You were good. Ledger was clear. Ledger's back now.
actually, I said I was going to. You know what? I'm swerving here.
Again?
Well, because
Did we miss our exit?
because Trey mentioned Saturday night's main event, and I forgot.
Yep.
It starts in 10 minutes, so we're gonna do that. Then we'll get to the other stuff. Bill Frady won't be here in person, but Bill Frady's night before Christmas will be starting the show. Bill would be here in person if I ask him to, but we only have so much room.
They didn't have to sing with me.
Bill doesn't sing.
Some would say neither do we.
That's a good point. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Cameron, and Matthew here
Daniel Digger!
on a Saturday night, having a lot of fun as we often do. I'm going to swerve here real quick. I'm not going to do that thing where I tease and then I don't get to stuff because I know how much you guys hate that, and I would never be that guy to do that on purpose. So I have forgotten before, but it wasn't on purpose because I never would do that stuff on purpose. But I did forget that Saturday night's main event comes on in about 10 minutes. And there are 4 matches. So I want to talk about this briefly and then talk about John Cena a little more extensively. I don't know. All right. So John Cena has been on. Hey, Matthew, you know who John Cena is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen him, though.
Let's see. There you go.
Yeah.
So even a non-wrestling fan knows who John Cena is.
The memes are legendary.
Yes. So John Cena went on a year retirement tour, and it went by really quick. And tonight is his final match. And he has said, unlike other wrestlers, talking to you, Ric Flair, who could probably hear us right now in North Carolina, unlike other wrestlers, he says when he says he's done, he's done. And he says he's done. So this is his final match. But he also said, I don't know how much this is him and how much this is WWE, but he said that he wanted a chance to showcase some young talent and have them face some of the established stars. So there are, as of now, 3 other matches other than the John Cena match. And I got this from Forbes. Yes, Forbes. So, wrestling's not real. Yeah, dude, we know it. Watch Unreal, which we have, I have. So we know it's not real. But I also will say that some of the coolest moments in radio that I've ever had was the opportunity to interview a bunch of wrestlers, quite a few who are still on the rosters of AEW and WWE. The first match I want to talk about is Bayley versus Sol Ruca. Sol Ruca is a star, and she needs to be moved up. The Soul Snatcher is the best finishing move in all of wrestling. It's got to be hard to
just
do
by
it,
the name alone.
to time it the way that they have to make that thing work. She is going up against someone who I've interviewed before, and that would be Bayley. And that's pretty cool. An established star, someone who's done everything, going up against Sol Ruca. Now they give odds. Bayley's at plus 135. I don't know what that means.
Neither do I.
Rob Brown from the now defunct Rob Brown show explained to me how that works over and over again. Do you know how it works? As far as I never could.
None of us are
understand it.
betting men.
So I will say this: Bayley versus Sol Ruca. I think Sol Ruca wins.
I will also go Soul.
That's what I was going to go with.
Yeah. But Bailey was a lot of fun to interview, but she is someone who likes to help out the younger talent, or she appears to. And I think that Sol Rica wins this match. World Tag Team Championship match, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, who are the current champions. Apparently you never thought you would see, but AJ is retiring next year, and he's having a good run because he said he don't want to wrestle when he's 50, and I don't blame him. He's in phenomenal shape, pun intended, going up against Javon Evans, who Matthew may not know this, but Javon Evans, your boy, is bouncy, and Leon Slater, who is the current X Division champion of TNA. AJ and Dragon Lee are going to retain the titles. I don't see that they will lose to Javon and Leon Slater, but it will be an amazing match till the end, where I think there will be some interruption because the tag teams for the women and the men, they're taking off, and it is nearly WrestleMania season. All right, 2 more matches. WWE champion Cody Rhodes going up against NXT champion Obafemi. Obafemi he's menacing. He is a large guy. He's a pretty good wrestler. He's getting better all the time, going up against the face of WWE right now, Cody Rhodes. Don't think Cody loses, except for Drew McIntyre probably will come out and do something. That doesn't mean that Cody will lose because of it, but he's definitely going to interrupt the match. He's been suspended. Cody wants him back so he can beat him up, and he's supposed to be back. Finally, John Cena versus my friend Gunther, who is very menacing in person to interview because he's very quiet. He's very, very cordial. He's very polite. But I got that light in his eyes to light up when I asked him, did he ever chop anyone so hard that they cried? And he looked at me and he smiled and he said, maybe on the inside. And it was great. And the smile was more of it was an evil,
evil, just like an Austrian bad guy.
Yes, because he would make
an Austrian bad guy.
He would make an excellent 007 villain. So Gunther's going to beat John Cena. And
which, by the way, I would pay to see.
I've heard a lot of people say, well, John Cena should go out on top, but this whole thing is about showing the talent that's up and coming and the talent that's left behind. And Gunther is one of the guys who's going to help carry the company. Let's face it, John Cena hasn't really been carrying the company for a long time. He'll do a bunch of matches and then he'll do one match because he's off in Hollywood and doing a great job. Peacemaker season 2 was excellent. And his acting has gotten better and better and better. And hopefully he shows up in Superman Man of Tomorrow. The thing is, he's done several interviews where he talked about how far ahead he has to plan because of movies. And movies take up a lot of time. And he talked about how he couldn't go wrestle and end up with a black eye or something broken and then go back to the movie set and tell them, hey, sorry, you're going to have to delay the movie because I'm hurt. And so it makes sense that he would have to start to wind down his career. Plus, he's getting older.
Oh yeah.
So I don't see any way where John Cena wins this match. I do believe. I think it was who was it earlier? Someone was it Mark? I have to find it on the stream because there's a lot of stuff on here. Anyway, someone said earlier that they thought that he would go out on a shield because that's what they do. And then they'll put his shoes in the middle of the ring because that's what they do. And I do think he's gone. He has signed a 5-year ambassador contract, which means he's going to be an ambassador for the product. So he'll talk about the product. He'll probably maybe do some behind the scenes. I don't know if he'll be a producer, probably not because he's too busy. But a big event may happen, and they may send him on the shows going, hey, come and buy this pay-per-view. Well, you don't have to do that anymore. But anyway,
mostly just treating him more like an MC as opposed to anything else, which would be good for him.
I mean, there have been other guys like that. I don't think he wrestles anymore. I will say that his heel turn I thought was pretty good. It didn't turn out the way some people thought it would. Him going back to a babyface made sense for him to end his career as a babyface. And through the years, all the people who hated John Cena, I never understood. And these are people who feel like they've been force-fed, which that dude earned everything he got. And I recall a story with myself and King Flaccid. We went out to eat. We were coming back to do this show. It's summer. The windows are down. The beats are thumping because that's what we do in the smart car, which is amazing. We're sitting there and playing from my Spotify list, and on comes John Cena's theme song. And what did Patrick do? He tried to sink down in the seat. He's like, what are we doing? We can't listen to this. Like, why? He's like, because John Cena sucks. And I was like, no, he doesn't. And so I turned it up. I've never understood why some people hated him and they demanded he needs to turn into a bad guy. I wish he hadn't, but he did. And I thought it turned out pretty good. I'm glad he turned back to a babyface before the end. And I am looking forward to seeing what he does with his acting in the future. Dude is funny. Dude is talented. And James Gunn and others have talked about how much he has improved in his craft since the beginning when he first started wrestling. Dave says Ricky Stenicki was great. I've never watched that. I wanted to, and I never got around to doing that. And he also said, never seen him wrestle, but I've enjoyed some of his movies. I've seen him wrestle in person. I never got a chance to interview him. I'm okay with that because there's no way I can interview everyone. Chris says Cena's okay. He's no Sting, but then again, who is exactly? Sting's still my favorite wrestler of all time, but I think you appreciate talent wherever it's at. I mean, I look at Matthew, I appreciate his talent. I look at Cameron, I appreciate his talent. I appreciate my talent that's now being unused, but that's just, that's,
What about me?
that's no, not you.
I'm talented
Yes. And
in a multitude of
yes,
ways.
in a multitude of ways. All right. Before we go to break, I want to tell you about our friends at Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive in Greenville. There's still time to get over there and get some Christmas gifts for the nerd, the geek, the person who you don't understand, who's into stuff that you don't get, but they get it at Borderlands Comics and Games. You go in there, you talk to people and say, hey, you know, my grandson is into this comic book and I don't know what it is. Can you tell me about it? Well, they absolutely can tell you about it. And they can tell you everything that goes with it. Some other stuff. Maybe your grandson's into D&D. Maybe they're into Funko Pops, or maybe they're into Pokemon. You can get all that at Borderlands Comics and Games. Open 7 days a week. Still time to get over there and get you something for Christmas for them, or maybe for you. When we get back, we are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about My Hero. We are going to talk video games because the Video Game Awards just happened. We are going to hit the Nerd Roundtable and so much more. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas, and we continue during the break on the stream. Check it out. It did not, Dave, but we're crossing our fingers that next year that will happen. It could. The Dreamcast could come back.
Totally.
You know, I think that's one gaming system that I never played. I know there are some people that really liked it.
I never played it. I've played one or two games from it that were like ported, like Sonic Adventure, but
the suspect is not in custody, and police inform students to stay in their dorms until further notice. Providence, Rhode Island Mayor Brett Smiley giving an update on the individuals involved in the incident.
I can confirm that there are 2 individuals who have died this afternoon, and there are another 8 in critical status, those stable
Wow.
at Rhode Island Hospital.
Police have not discussed a motive for the
That's cool, Dave.
and whether they know what it is. President Trump announced today that he's planning on retaliating after 2 U.S. service members.
It was actually
one American civilian was killed in a Syria attack by an alleged Islamic
Thursday.
State gunman. Fox Lucas Tomlinson from the White House has the latest.
Investigation suggests the attacker was affiliated with the
Yes, I see you, Furry. I acknowledge you.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
U.S. and Syrian troops. He had been a low-level member of the Syrian forces. He shot at the American soldiers who were guarding the perimeter of the meeting. The American soldiers that were killed and injured were from the Iowa National Guard. Just a year ago, the Syrian president Bashar al-Assad, he fled the country, went to Moscow. The new Syrian president, al-Shara, he at one point had a $10 million bounty on his head because of ties to al-Qaeda.
That's the thing, Trey. There's no guarantee he's going to come back as Peacemaker. But just because James Gunn said there won't be a Peacemaker 3, probably. But it'll come back as a different show. And again, right now he's trapped on Sanctuary. So
America is listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hand.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day. That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
With the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide.
I'm glad the weather's back to being normal during the day again, instead of being all cold like it.
Yeah.
Then.
Connect to Fox News Audio and the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Kai Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen.
So I'm seriously, because I'm really having a leg problem now and cannot walk hardly at all. I know I've talked about it in the past, but I am seriously considering having someone make me a walking stick that looks like a wizard's staff.
Okay.
But it has to be heavy duty. And I even looked up the height of a wizard's staff because I was curious. And typically, according to the internet, so it must be true, a wizard's staff is about 5'5".
Oh.
Or it's around your line of sight, or it's above your head, depending on how you want it.
Yeah.
And but I need to get something. Thank you for not spoiling, Trey, because I'm going to watch it when I go home. But I'm thinking of commissioning, having one made. The thing is, figuring out how thick it would have to be to hold my weight. Because I'm not putting my full weight on it. It's more like a stabilizing thing.
Yeah.
But I do want to walk around here with a wizard staff. Because if someone says something to me, I'll just hit them with it.
I have a question. If you could choose which wizard you could be from the Tolkien, or do you want to just be a wizard in general? It doesn't have to be like.
It doesn't have to look like anybody else's stuff.
Okay.
I mean, if I was going to choose a staff, I would see. The problem is, Tones, I need to lose weight so I can get a knee replacement. I can't lose weight without exercising. My body just won't do it. Diets don't work for me. I mean, they do, but I have to have some exercise. So I walked all last week, and I think that may have hurt me. And I think that's the reason why. I put in like 20 to 25 minutes a day all last week, and it got me. So I don't think a hiking stick can handle my weight. That's the thing, because I put on so much weight. But a wizard staff, if it's like hand carved or something, and big enough to handle my weight. I mean, I'm not going to put my full weight on it, but enough as you would like maybe a crutch or a cane if you're walking with a cane. Because if I'm walking with a cane, here's what I see happening: me hitting the ground as the cane snaps.
Ugh.
You can get one
You
of those.
don't want to impale yourself.
I don't want to get one of those heavy duty thing with the 4 prongs on it, like the old people cane. I don't want that. Plus, I work in a place where I think I can get by with having a big old huge wizards staff. We might talk about this on the air because I know what one I would want, and so does Cameron. Without even,
I think having it made around like a metal rod or something, so that it's more stable through something like that would probably be good, especially for actually holding up weight and things like that. That might be something.
Or what crutches are made out of. I mean, it is what you're saying, kind of.
It's like hollow metal. I think crutches are.
I need adamantium. That's what I need.
I keep trying to offer him my pimp cane, but he won't take it. You think I'm kidding?
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo here, along with Cameron and Matthew. Having fun on a Saturday night. If you would like to be a part of the show, text line is 800-905-0989 because O is not a number, but 0 is. Or you can join us online on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and X at either 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. A lot of stuff to get to this hour, including video game awards. We're going to talk It and My Hero. Trust me, I'm not going to keep putting it off. We are going to get to it. Before we do that, we're having a discussion on the stream, which we do during breaks because we don't go away from you during the break. We actually are able to address you even further. And I mentioned
with less restrictions.
Yes, with less restrictions. I mentioned on the stream that that my leg problem has progressed to the point where I can barely walk. And someone suggested Tones suggested that I get a heavy duty hiking stick, which I just need steadying. That's all. It's not like if I needed a crutch, I'd get a crutch, although I could probably use a crutch. And it was also suggested that I get a pimp cane, which the problem is with the pimp cane, I think it's a snap. Earlier.
You think there can't be any large pimps?
Oh, there are large pimps.
There are large pimps.
There are a lot of big pimps out there, or so I've heard.
There's a precedence of large pimps.
Or so I've heard. And I showed Cameron earlier how I would have to pimp walk to make it work. And I'm sure you guys have seen those videos of the older.
I was imagining you with a cape, by the way.
Yeah, the older black gentleman getting out of the car and just doing that. That's how I have to pimp walk right now because, I'm not above turning my limp into a pimp. I've done that before when it's a minor limp. But when it gets to be what this is, which is a chance of things going bad really quickly, like, oh, by the way, that's a surge of pain that feels like lightning. You're going to fall. That type of thing. But I kind of want to walk a Wizards staff as a walking stick. Now, in your place of business, you probably couldn't get away with it. Where Cameron works, he probably couldn't get away with it. I don't know. Maybe he could.
I think they would just live with it at this
But
point.
around here, no one's going to say anything to me. I can walk around with Gandalf's staff and they'll be like, oh, yeah, that's just Lonzo. And
he's been here for an age.
Yes, I think I'd be okay. And then Cameron asked a question, and I'm curious. Text line 800-905-0989. Stream Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, X at 98.9 WRD or the Upstate Pulse. If you were getting a Wizard staff, which one would you choose? Would you pick Gandalf's staff, or is there a Wizard back in the day or a movie that you've seen that you can think of that would be really cool? And you know what? It doesn't even have to be that. It could be something high tech. From what I understand, some people make them put LEDs in them. I don't need that. I just need steadying. Although the LEDs would be cool if you have an orb at the top and it lights up.
I'm going to go really deep here and say the Staff of Ultimate Good from D&D.
Wow. What is the Staff of Ultimate Good from D&D, Matthew?
Oh,
I don't remember.
Okay, I thought you would know.
One moment.
Oh wow, he's looking it up. Cameron asked me what staff I would want if I could have it, and it would be
it's Ultimate Power. My bad.
What?
Okay, that makes more sense.
Who we called Wrastlin, but apparently his name is Racelin, from the Dragonlance books. That would be the one I would want, which is a hand holding a dragon orb at the top of the staff. That would be really cool. It also would be really cool if I could say Shrek and it would light up.
Yeah.
Which, a button on the side would take care.
Shrek, right? Not Shrek.
I said Shrek, which is how it sounds in my head. Tones wants to know, could you get one that looks like a lightsaber? Yeah, but that wouldn't look. I don't think that would look.
Yeah,
right
because then you'd just be holding the blade.
Yeah. Maybe what is it? What are those sticks that the sand people use?
Oh,
is it Banthy sticks?
Gaffy
Gaffy sticks. I could get a gaffy stick.
You could.
That would look kind of cool.
And just randomly just go.
Chris says the staff from Dragon Slayer movie. Yeah, one of the first staffs that I saw. Or the staff from the old time King Arthur movie, which had like Picard in it and a bunch of those guys in it. Merlin's staff from that was really, really cool. Or just a plain wooden staff like what Gandalf used.
What about a necromancer staff? Just have like a nice solid skull up at the top, glowing little red eyes in the middle.
Could it have like a shrunken head like hanging off of it?
Yeah,
that's a different kind of staff. The
like off the
a
branches?
witch doctor staff. I'd be okay with that. Matthew,
ding tang.
What staff would
Bing,
what,
bang.
if you were in my shoes, and you had to use what staff would you get?
I don't have like a specific staff that comes to mind from like media, but I would definitely want like one of the taller type of staffs, like a very walking stick type of staff, but more wizardy, I guess.
Yeah, see, I'm okay. I'll take a Moses staff. I mean, give me a Moses staff. I'm okay with that. I mean,
just don't drop that third tablet.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Trey says, "What if you had to use Willow's staff to it was a wand though, and it was Cherlindria's wand. Skeletor staff, sure.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be medieval. It can be something else. What are those things that the stormtroopers use to fight with?
Blasters?
From the newer ones.
Are we talking like vibropikes or like what?
Yeah, something like that.
We're talking about those Praetorian ones, or
the one where you pull it out and it like moved and it unfolded.
Yeah. I think it's the Praetorian guard.
See, there you go.
The one's in red, right?
Yeah. Tone said, I want the Wabbajack from Skyrim. See, and they make those. We didn't get to the Renaissance Festival in North Carolina this year. Keep saying we're going to go each year, but it's pretty expensive. And it's an awesome place. It's probably gotten better since we were there
probably
last, which has been a few years. Texter says, I'd want the staff Hiccup's mom uses from How to Train Your Dragon 2. So there are staffs like that all over the place out there. And there are skilled artisans in the area who could make me a staff if I were to pay them, because that's what it would take. So I'm trying to figure out what staff I should get. Yeah, Moses staff could be a little bit dangerous. I just stand by the water fountain and make people spill water all over themselves. But that's just, if you get it, you get it. So anyway, I want to check that out. I've got to figure out what to do, and hopefully my leg gets better. But if it doesn't, I've got to come up with an alternative and a way to walk. All right.
Cyberpunk leg.
Can't get a bionic leg because I weigh too much. It's such a vicious cycle. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk maybe video game awards, or we'll talk about it in My Hero Academia. I don't know. I might leave it up to Matthew. I don't know. I might not
be here.
Yeah. Oh, he's leaving now. Okay. Yeah. So we'll see when we get back. Hey, it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be one or both or all those, because we're definitely getting to those before the show is over. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of the Carolinas. Go at your block. This is a block party. Way to go. Wow. Matthew's going to a block party.
Full of zingers today.
But he will not be dancing.
No. Does Matthew dance?
No.
Would you like a pappy dance lesson?
No.
Hey, I wish you luck with your block party and with your writing.
Thank you. I will make it good.
Since I won't be able to see you this week since you're off to encourage your writing. Maybe
I will be on vacation.
Maybe a text here and there going, "Is done yet? Is done? Is done?"
I'll just text you just a series of pictures of old men.
Yeah.
Just
No, that doesn't
well,
sound
no,
like
just to
it's
make it look like Pappy.
okay. All right,
I should specify that. Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying, because that was a little weird. All right, it's a lot weird.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Let me quote T2 and going, bro.
Also,
Bruh.
meme for the road.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Bungee staff.
Also, I forgot about this picture. Yeah, my buddy in the middle was not in the best place for that.
Hey, look, it's Crom on TV. Crom.
All right. I will see you all next week.
We shall be festive.
Indeed.
It shall be great.
Festive and jolly.
I can't wait to hear you play the instrument. I don't know if you'll look up how you do it or not, but it might help. Yeah, it might help. It looked a little more complicated than what I thought. That's all I'm saying.
I assumed it would be, yeah.
You got this. I believe in you.
Thank you. Catch you later.
See ya.
By the way, at the mention of Wabajack, all I was thinking of was Pappy just walking around.
Cheese! Cheese!
You
for
turn into
everyone.
cheese. You turn into a sheep. You turn into a hippopotamus. Now I shall ride you into town.
Hey, look, it's Batman. No, that's Barney. Batman was just on there.
Oh yeah,
He-
with the most gut wrenching.
He dies. Yes.
Yeah. Still, one of the most disturbing.
Yeah, it
notes
was
I've seen.
rough. It definitely was
with
rough.
the happy music. Also, my boy.
Yeah, that was rough. The show is almost over. Is that good or bad? All right, I'm going to leave this up to you, Cameron, just because I don't care either way. Do we do it and My Hero first, or do we do Game Awards?
Let's do it in My Hero first.
Okay.
Then we can go into the games.
I've seen some other people. The thing that made us chair pop? Some other famous people online chair popped also.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Yes.
Because at this point, it's people's childhoods.
Exactly. Wasn't my childhood, but man, I love that game.
Yeah, same. I love the second one too. I know the second one was unfinished.
That was the person I'm talking about. That was his favorite game. Was the second one.
Yeah, including just the dark side choice of just like go jump off of that.
That's those games were where the harem began.
Oh God,
it is.
Yes, it is.
Look at that coincidence.
Huh.
Someone's got to teach that worthless nerd how the world really works.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Shout out to Matthew, who is on his way to a block party. It's because he's going to do a Minecraft tournament thingy. And it's blocks. And camera came out. That's why it's funny.
I had a witticism.
Yes.
I don't have those very often. But,
all right. Welcome to Daring. Latest episode dropped last Sunday. Looking forward to tomorrow's also, which I think is the last one. Pretty sure it is.
Yes.
Dude, this was rough. Now, we knew that the entire thing was heading towards the burning down of the black spot and the mass deaths that usually happen to end a cycle of Pennywise. But this one was especially rough because of Richie.
Yeah.
And
just how visceral the entire sequence was.
Yeah, it was. It was very, first of all, just the people being shot.
Yes.
Was
as they're trying to get out of there, as the fire is like getting some people and the bullets are getting the other ones.
And then one of the lines you've never thought you'd hear is, do I have face on my face?
Huh.
So he like cuts a head off and then like starts eating the part of the head. It's just,
There's a lot of grossness to it.
And you know what? It's still not as bad as the baby.
Still not as bad as the baby.
The
no.
baby is like one of the worst things I've ever seen.
I will say the guys at the Black Spot did have an excellent line to fling back at Bowers and his boys, which was just like, yeah, we got guns too, and they're government issue.
Yes, and they're government.
I love that line.
Issue, but they locked them in. I mean, they should have followed them out. They did not. And
yeah, they should have followed him out and shot them all.
And
all the bad guys.
The part that I was just talking about is Pennywise coming out with the giant cleaver.
Which I didn't get at first because Kirsch is a butcher.
To take out the butcher, yes. By cutting half of his head, cutting his head in half, and then
just eating
eating on it in front of his wife.
Yeah, who was not bothered by that.
Because the guy was a punk, and she was having an affair anyway. So,
yeah.
But then when she finally realized, as she stands there in her
Periwinkle
in her periwinkle costume, that's not my dad.
Yeah, and like one of the just meanest lines I think Pennywise has done is like, "But I'm Pennywise, your dancing daddy."
Yes,
as he's just making fun of her.
Pumpkin. Yes, but then he opens his head and she gets trapped in the deadlights and she is taken away.
Now she is a soulless husk. That will probably just be one of his playthings now.
Maybe.
I forget what happens with the deadlights people. Like, so if the soul is removed from the body in this case, does the body keep living on as like a thing for Pennywise to use?
Yeah, they're like
lobotomized.
Yeah, almost like Max from Stranger Things.
Yeah,
to a degree. A body without a soul.
Because Mrs. Kerr shows up in it chapter 2.
But that's Pennywise. That is Pennywise pretending to be her.
Okay.
But the other thing is,
it's been so long since I've read the book.
So Richie saves the girl by having her get inside of a freezer and knowing there was not enough room and then closing her in so she could live. Here's the problem I have with that. She would have suffocated and died.
Oh yeah, she would have.
Because there's no air in
enough
there.
air in
There's no air in there. I mean, did he somehow make a hole in there? And if he did, the smoke would have got in. So it did just make. Did he shield her from the smoke with his body? No. What he did is, in real life, he would have killed her. She would have suffocated. He would have suffocated on top. She would have suffocated inside of the freezer.
Look, power of love.
Although that particular freezer was leaking. So maybe there was air that caused it to leak.
Yeah, maybe.
It's back in 1962, I believe, and so maybe the Frigidaires were not made the same way. I'm guessing.
Subpar fridges.
Yeah. So, but that aside,
and the kid got to say a good line. It's just like, we don't just pee in pots, but we protect fair maidens. Talking about him being a knight.
Yes, and it was horrible to see Richie die, and then you find out that the general was up to no good. Surprise. They were able to, Dick Halloran was able to find a piece of the pillar. They call them pillars, right? If I recall.
Yes.
They found a pillar. They removed the pillar that was keeping Pennywise inside the trap in Derry. And then they were supposed to move it more inward so they could trap him. Instead, they took it to burn it up, which I still don't think works. Because you don't see it melt.
No, and it's made of extraterrestrial metal. There's a possibility that they wouldn't have enough heat to do that.
Which cool sword is made out of in Diablo, which we'll talk about later if we get a chance. Anyway, because Griswold's sword was made out of the piece of meteorite. Starmite. So you think that the thing is winding down because the cycle's over, burning spot, black spot, so many deaths, and Pennywise, they show him in his hibernation. Didn't expect that either. He's submerged in blood and gore up to his forehead.
Yeah.
And then they move the thing and his eyes open because he is free. And there are two people that we have thought the entire time had plot armor. One of them is Will.
Yes.
And at the end of the episode, he's trapped in the deadlights. But that's not, if you think about Beverly was trapped in the deadlights. In the book, a couple of the characters were trapped in deadlights during the ritual of Chud. So you can be trapped in it and somehow your spirit escape and come back to your body.
Yeah.
So it is a possibility. And in that vein, it's a possibility that periwinkles she gets her soul back because
Yeah.
she's taken to a hospital, probably back to Juniper Hills, where they'll think she's crazy.
Yep.
Uh,
To be fair, she is dressed like a clown next to a place that burnt up with a lot of people who got murdered.
yeah, but no one saw the clown except for the kids, and no one believes the kids.
Yeah. The other thing to talk about is like Dick Halloran just completely unraveling at this point.
Well, what he did is he talked to a dead person. Once he talked to them, then they all know that
He can see them,
he can see them and
including
he can hear
all
them,
of his friends.
who are just huddled around him, and it looks rough. It really does. This show has far exceeded my expectations as far as what it could be, and there are very few flaws with it. Of course, you have to be a horror fan. You have to be a fan of Pennywise to really be into it. But it's really good. It's well done. Aside from the freezer thing, everything has been really good. So I suggest if you haven't watched any of it, well, then I just spoiled all of it for you. So there's no sense of watching it unless you just want to see how cool the effects are. Now, before we go to break, let us talk about, and we'll get to the Game Awards in the roundtable. Let us talk about My Hero. The last episode we saw, Deku just defeated Shigaraki.
Yep.
And
oh no.
Wow.
They got you.
That's 2 in one day, man. I
still nowhere close.
But I will tell you, it's been that kind of week. So let's go with that.
What a noob. Total noob. Classic noob.
Oh, that's not right.
Wow. All right, let's talk about My Hero and what happened in My Hero. So the bad guys are dead. At least it looks like.
Yeah.
Looks like the 2 main bad guys are dead.
Also, I'd like to say that
Japan is devastated.
Yeah.
What's left of it.
Class 1A coming in clutch, all the other heroes and stuff coming together.
Especially Mineta.
Yes. I was just like, you go, Mineta. Way to go, man.
Little grape juice.
Yeah. He had a good speech. And just them covering for Deku and like that entire run up and stuff was awesome. And then the final punch with him and Bakugo, and then on the other side, inside of Shigaraki himself, where the body of Shigaraki at this point, and it being all for one, Shigaraki even helping the vestiges of One for All was a really, really cool thing, in my opinion.
So now here's the thing, and please don't spoil, because you guys know the final episode's out in sub. And again, I didn't want to get into it too much with Matt because I don't want him to get mad about it. But the thing is, I've finally figured out why I like dubs, and I've talked about this, is because I believe the people who put the artwork together deserve my attention. If I am reading what it's saying, I'm not enjoying the art that is anime.
Yeah.
And so I prefer to watch the art, watch the action while I'm hearing a language that I understand. So looking forward to seeing the next episode that's out, and also seeing the final couple episodes. Here's my fear. And again, please don't spoil. My fear is that at the end, Deku has no powers and he goes back to being a normal human being. And that's a shame after all the work that he's put into it. And that's probably what's going to happen unless some miracle happens, which could. I mean, there could be a miracle.
His thing. Still got Eri.
He does. Also, Endeavor's still alive. So Endeavor's still number 1.
I don't know. After what Bakugo did, I mean, I feel like Bakugo would very quickly take a spot.
I don't even remember, how do they get those rankings? Are they voted on by the fans?
I do believe so. And boy, I think things are going to change up for all of that. So,
well, I would tell you what Bakugo's superhero name is, but I don't remember it. It's really long. Something explosion.
Super explosion, murder god, dynamite.
There we go. Cameron got it. All right,
Yeah.
We come back. We're hitting the Nerd Roundtable. We're talking video game awards. Listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Super explosion, murder god, dynamite. You're here.
I've went for a month or two without doing it. Dadgummit, I'm better than that. I want you to know that scared me. Whatever that was.
It was a chair.
I know, but it scared me.
You know it's the chair.
No, I know it's a chair, but it scared me.
You okay? I mean,
No, I'm good. I can continue on. Stephen, I acknowledge your comments from earlier, but I will say that's too much work. And never going to happen. And it doesn't fit on that station. And it definitely wouldn't fit here 5 days a week. I would say it's a shame that there's, like I told my wife, if we were to win the lottery, which I told her she needed to go play the lottery, that I will buy a small radio station and make it nothing but a pop culture radio station. Won't be it won't have a big signal or anything, but it will be just pop culture with like nerdcore songs and hopefully Weird Al. That's what it would be. I would say there's no radio station like that out there. There isn't, but there's the internet. So I mean, there's that. I see that, Trey. I understand. And I agree with you. And as usual, I spend hours working on the show prep and will not get to all of it. But I'm okay with that. It's better than running out. I know, as Chris said earlier, it would have to be HR approved as far as staff goes. If it were a functional staff, yes. But as far as if you ever worked at a radio, there's so many weird things already. It just will not be out of place.
It just it's a no. I don't.
There will be some shakings of heads, and that'll be about it. And there will be some grinning, some face palming, and there'll be others who nod in acknowledgement. Filch's cat is so big.
It's a big kitty.
All right, it's time to enter the Nerd Roundtable, where we usually have debate and questions. We did have a Christmas movie question, but we're probably not going to get to that because we got too much other stuff to get to. So instead, let's talk video game awards. And this, to me, and if any of you guys watch, you can definitely comment about this. This is probably the best one in a long time. And maybe it's because the game we thought would win won a bunch of awards.
It absolutely just cleaned house.
And Cameron and I were just discussing how there aren't any games coming out that I'm just like, there's nothing that's really I'm looking forward to kind of thing. And within a few minutes that changed.
Yeah, just an immediate couch pop from the both of us. It's just like,
all right,
Knights of the Old Republic.
All right, so you see this ship flying through space, landing on this planet. And by the way, that wrecked ship, did you recognize what that was?
It was Rakatan, wasn't it?
No, no,
it was a Sith Empire.
No, it was Malik's ship.
Was it Malik's ship?
Yes. They have so anyway, Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic. We were watching them walk. It's like, man, this has a Star Wars feel to it. It really does. I wonder what this is. And then they said Fate of the Old Republic. Knights of the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic 2, still some of my favorite games of all time. Because there were no games like it at the time. And you could actually, some of the first ones where you could be in Star Wars.
Yes.
And not technically related to anything else. Darth Revan, I mean, the way that story was written was so great. Because Revan could be male or female because of the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Malik was freaky looking, and that worked out really good. But one of the best parts about those games was light side, dark side. So your choices would turn you either light side or dark side, and you and your companions, especially if you go dark side, you start seeing it around the eyes and by the time you're full blown Sith, everybody's full blown Sith. And there's no doubt you look at them and go, that's a bunch of Sith.
Also, I always thought the posture was funny where they just like, they just kind of like square up and like look down.
So, Arcanaut Games and director Casey Hudson revealed Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic, a new single-player game set in Star Wars Old Republic universe. Casey Hudson is the guy who made Knights of the Old Republic, Knights of the Old Republic 2, and Mass Effect.
Yes.
So I think he's got a pretty good track record of being able to do these kind of games. So looking forward to this. Who knows how many years it'll be till we get it. But Cameron and I
said it won't be in 2030.
There's a thing called a couch pop. It's a wrestling term. It's where you go, whoa, you yell, you scream, you do something. Some people, I watched a couple.
You might on occasion, yep.
I watched a couple guys earlier on video who showed them watching live jump up and walk around the chairs and get really excited about it. So Cameron and I, big fans of that game. Looking forward to this, and hopefully it lives up to that. The next game, if you watch the news, hear the news, you know that an evil effigy showed up in the desert, and people figured that it had something to do with the video game awards. It did. The next Divinity game, the trailer, I guess, or opening scene, whatever it was, it is gruesome.
Yeah.
It's also amazing. And I want to say I haven't played Divinity, but I absolutely have played Divinity. Yes. I played the first one.
Which, by the way, from what I'm thinking it's going to be more like the ones you played as opposed to the original Sin ones. Because it's just Divinity. I think, to a degree, they might be either remaking the original.
Okay, everything, it just says Divinity is a continuation of the studio's original franchise. Here's the thing. I loved that game, the very first one, and it was hard to get through, but I got through it and played it a couple times. They have said it's going to be bigger than Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
And Baldur's Gate 3 is really big.
Yes, it is.
So I'm looking forward to that game and cannot wait. All right, a couple other games to note. Resident Evil Requiem. I'm not into that, but T2, formerly of the Upstate Pulse, really a big Resident Evil fan, and he's asking me why I don't like it. It's like, well, I think it's because Resident Evil's heyday, Cameron and my daughter, really little, and so I didn't want to play them in front of them. And so by the time they got old enough where it would be okay, it was past its window. And if you're not playing, the early on iterations of things, then you feel like you're getting in the middle of a franchise, and it's just not the same.
I will say, I forget where this was. I think it was like kids camp or something. Somebody had a GameCube rigged up or something. I tried to play it, and I was just like, I don't like not being able to kill all the zombies.
All right, a couple other things. Dungeons and Dragons Warlock looks really good. Lego Batman, we get to see more of that cannot wait for that. That's going to be amazing if it has the Arkham mechanics that they say it does.
It looks like it has the
and the
Arkham
fact that it incorporates almost all the movies into it. I think that's really cool. Tomb Raider, they redid Tomb Raider. The original Tomb Raiders coming out, redone, and Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. Was never a big Tomb Raider. I don't think I ever really played Tomb Raider. The first time I ever saw it, my cousin Keith, who does all the artwork on this show, was playing it on computer. And I think that's the first time I ever saw it. The game looks pretty good. And then Diablo 4. And when you see Diablo, you just kind of know right away that's Diablo.
Yeah.
And then they said this thing. This thing was, if you buy the DLC that's coming out in April, you can immediately play as a paladin. Cameron and I both went ahead and pre-ordered.
Yes.
I got sent some Christmas money early, and I went, wow, that's almost exactly the price of this game. And I didn't request any games for Christmas. Now I have.
Yes.
And I spent 4.5 to 5 hours last night playing, and probably 3 hours today playing. It's a game you can go back to, but the Paladin class is something that's been very requested. It was one of our favorite classes back in the day, and it does not disappoint.
I love how they revamped it. It's so good. Because they also use a couple of things from like the Warcraft Paladins too, like Consecration. Like Consecration's like one of my favorite things. You just sanctify the ground, everything inside gets hurt, and then all your guys get healed, which me and Dad got to use quite a bit when we were going to that one dungeon today, where we were like burning to death, which was a new addition that I did not know about,
which I didn't want to spoil for you.
Yeah,
I'd already did it myself, and it's like, oh, just wait.
Oh, I realized immediately, it's like, oh, it's one of these.
Yeah, so it's on fire. You will burn to death if you don't get to these ice statues or
yeah.
something.
So basically, like gives you like a block of ice to like melt down as you go. But
so far I'm like in the 40s as far as level wise goes, and it's just playing a regular season, and I'm almost tempted to go back and play the story through as a paladin.
It would be cool.
Having those powers, being able to do all those things, and seeing how I can handle stuff. If you haven't played Diablo 4 season in a while, go ahead and pre-order and get the paladin and jump in. They also are saying that a second class is also going to be dropping with the DLC in April, but no one knows what it is.
See, the only thing, all right, so like geographically in the world of Diablo and Sanctuary and everything, they're going to the Scovos Isles. And the Scovos Isles is where the Amazons are. So you would think Amazons, but the road kind of hits all those bits of archery and all that stuff. So it's a good question of just like, will it be like a revamped Amazon since they're going with Paladin as well? Or will it be something completely different?
I don't know.
Or it might be more demonic as opposed to the Paladin.
Diablo 4 hasn't been my favorite Diablo, but it's like I don't hate any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think 3, even though a lot of people don't like 3, for some reason, I played so much 3, and that's probably why that it stuck with me.
I still think 2 is my favorite just because I know it's a nostalgia, but just anytime I hear any track from that,
all right,
including the World Stone,
2 kills it for me because of the one level near the end where those one creatures walk around.
What the minions of destruction?
Yeah, it was so hard to beat those things.
Those things that just headbutt you constantly.
Yeah, I hated those things so much that it dropped the game for me a little bit. I still love it, but not as much as
I was
did
finally
3.
able to like beat it on like the final difficulty, like when Resurrected came out. So I feel good about it.
Braggart. All right. A couple other things dropped. Deadpool is joining Marvel Rivals. So if you are someone who has played that game, Cameron's played it some. I know Rob Brown has played it some other people that I know have played it. And it's probably pretty cool having Deadpool in the game.
Deadpool's always fun to play.
He is.
Loved him in Ultimate Alliance.
Total War. Big fan of, I was back in the day a big fan of the Total War games. And then somehow I got away from it. But Cameron got into it because of me, and is still a big fan
I've
of
been
Total
stuck
War.
ever since.
So Total War Warhammer 40K. What did you think about that?
Oh, I'm really interested to see how it goes, because I really enjoyed the they've done Warhammer Fantasy for like 1, 2, and 3. and 3 is so massive, and replayable because there's like 50 different factions or whatever.
All right, one more game that really stood out: Star Wars Galactic Racer, because I've always wanted to put Sebulba into a wall, and now you get a chance.
Eat poodoo, Sebulba.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't know if I'm going to be using a Naboo racer or something else, but
does this remind you of
actually,
a kid?
I just want to put him in a wall while riding a speeder bike, or one of those Vespas from the book of Boba Fett.
As you're like lagging behind everybody else.
It's still get them. All right. So as far as the video game awards themselves, best family game went to Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm going to read through some of these real quick before we go to break. Innovation of accessibility, Doom: The Dark Ages. Best independent game, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. From now on, I'm just going to say Expedition 33. Best performance, Jennifer English from Expedition 33. Games for Impact, South of Midnight. Best ongoing game, No Man's Sky. And you don't know this, but the majority of these games we've actually played. Best audio design, Battlefield 6. I'm just putting that in there because of an argument Tim and I had when I said he played Call of Duty and he got offended. Most anticipated game, Grand Theft Auto 6. That's hilarious because it's been, delayed again. Best art direction, Claire Obscure. Best indie game, Claire Obscure. Best score and music, Claire Obscure. Best RPG, best narrative, best game direction, and game of the year. All of those go to Expedition 33, which is by far, and we'll expound on this probably even more so on our New Year's show, but it was the best game of the year. I don't think there's any, obviously there's no argument.
Oh, absolutely. And I agree. And nothing that impacted me as much as that either.
When I first started playing the game, because I played it before everyone else, I'm like, this is the best game of this year. And it also, because it affects you emotionally, the story is good and sucks at the same time because of deaths that I mean, it's very impactful. I really love the game. And it's so cool when a game that you love gets recognized as much as that game did. All right. We're going to take a final break. When we get back, we're going to hit the lightning round, and we will mention Supergirl trailer in the lightning round. Listen to Upstate Pulse right here. News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of Carolinas. I'm tired.
As am I. Maze me.
Maze me. All right. Get over there. Just think this is calm compared to what it will be next week.
Oh, it'll be absolute madness.
The show I love and hate the most. Because of my performances. Everybody else does a great job. There were multiplayer games in there, and I just didn't mention them because I don't play them. Well, Battlefield 6 is a multiplayer game.
Yeah, there's a fair amount of them. I don't know why I forget too.
Also, No Man's Sky is now a multiplayer game. There's some new shooters, some new things like that. I skipped past those because there are a lot of awards. I think they did the awards better this year. How they gave some away early in the pre-show, and they actually had some other games in the pre-show that was pretty cool, including a game called Decrepit.
I will say, I was wondering if they were able to get another Ben Star meme. They indeed were able to get another Ben Star meme.
Yes, it also depressed me a little bit because I saw everyone dressed as French, and it reminded me of being dressed as a mime. It's the Star Wars. I'm not sure I'll win any more of those.
I will hug you.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully I got Bill Frady to get the Merit Award 2 years ago. We didn't get nominated last year. Maybe we can get it this year. I don't know.
There's still a path.
Maybe I'll put together an Upstate Pulse for show of the year.
Does that mean I get to go?
No. And maybe someone will feel guilty enough to throw it in there and we could win. Maybe. I don't know. Probably not.
Just afflict all those people with Pappy.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, time for the lightning round where we squeeze in as many things as we possibly can in the last 7 minutes of the show or so. Before we do that, I want to remind you that if you're still looking for Christmas gifts for someone who would listen to this show, well, then you need to go to Borderlands Comics and Games. Obviously, they have comics. I just went over there. I was interested in the KO series, but Chris on the stream really got me interested in it. So now I went over and made a special trip this week and got Wonder Woman versus Lobo, got Nightfall, got a couple other ones that are all along the lines of the KO series. For the most part, I'm really loving that. So if your kid is into, or the person you love is into, or a neighbor, or just a friend who's into comic books,
Some random
the
stranger.
Borderlands Comics and Games, definitely go get comic books. You can get Funko Pops, which are great for stocking stuffers. You can get D&D merchandise. They have Pokemon. They have Warhammer. They have obscure board games. They have really cool board games that are role play, but they have, when I say obscure, like Dragon Ball Z Risk. I mean, what's that even about? I don't know. I believe I saw that there. So, I mean, it's just some really cool stuff.
Tommy's Lookout has got to be like top tier.
Also,
like, it's got to be the boardwalk.
You
right?
can get a format there. I mean, like to go out in front of your house. It's not a format. What is it? It's a welcome mat.
It's a welcome mat.
That's it. You can use those.
You got me one of those for my birthday, and then some random dog just decided to just destroy it.
The packs of dogs out where we live. You got to be careful.
Well, no, I took care of the dog and made sure it got a good home. But
Okay,
anyway.
I'm glad you finished that. You took care of the dog.
No, I was going to finish. I took care of the dog.
Okay.
I got attached to the dog like an idiot.
All right, the Supergirl trailer dropped this week. It's really good. It's definitely going to be not like Superman. And from what I understand, it really is, to a great degree, following a run of Supergirl comics. A Woman of Tomorrow, I believe.
Yep.
And it looks pretty good. Of course, Supergirl pretty sad about, Krypton blowing up because she was kind of old.
Yeah.
Unlike Kal-El.
If you're young enough to not remember any of the things you lost, it's not as bad. But
Yeah.
if you're old enough to remember everything you lost, it's worse.
Yeah, so we also got a glimpse of Lobo. And looks good.
He does.
It looks good. People have, of course, screen grabbed it, enhanced it. And, Jason Momoa is going to do it. I think he's going to do a great job. Want to hear the voice, though. but still. Speaking of Jason Momoa, at the Game Awards, Street Fighter, all the actors showed up, including Cody Rhodes, including Jason Momoa, and including Roman Reigns. And they finally took the picture of Roman Reigns and Jason Momoa together. And it was everywhere.
Yes.
There's also videos of Cody just knocking the glasses off of people and stuff. It's really good. But they all come out there, and they called out Mortal Kombat, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
Let's see. Lanterns dropped a teaser. It's a very short teaser.
Oh, I watched it.
But it's really good. It really is. It's supposed to be a like a true crime drama with lanterns. It's supposed to be grounded and everything. So I can't wait to see.
And I was curious how the one guy was going to play Hal. And it was like, all right, that's Hal.
Yeah. And we also have another lantern that's going to show up and probably will not be well received. Because Guy Gardner, no one likes.
No one likes Guy.
Except for Metamorpho, apparently. But he probably hates him by now. All right.
It's a friend you love to hate.
Wonder Man. They put out a trailer of Wonder Man with Trevor Slattery. Always a fan of Trevor Slattery when he shows up. And it's kind of like a Between the Ferns.
It is every like YouTube like interview of all time,
including Wings.
Yes.
It's like, what we're hooking him to a lie detector. What?
It just escalated.
I can't do this.
All right.
The question is, was it all his Trevor Slattery's idea? Probably. A grocery chain has gone viral with butter dipped ice cream. So they take an ice cream cone and they dip it in butter. Would you be interested in that?
Once, and I'll have a heart attack. But
well, maybe not. It might be good.
But I'll die happy.
You will. Speaking of dying, unfortunately.
Why is this a segue?
Because a couple voice actors died.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Neutron actor Jeff Garcia passed away at 50. He was
Gene.
Yeah, one of the main characters from Jimmy Neutron. Also, Jim Ward died from Fairly Odd Parents and Ratchet and Clank. He was Chet, you betcha, and Doug Dimmadome.
Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome?
He also was Quirk in
he was
Ratchet and Clank. Which it's weird and also a shame. Big rumor out there that Brad Pitt has joined Batman 2. It's a rumor. We don't know what villain he's playing, but he's going to play a villain.
He's a Clock King.
Well, some say maybe Two-Face, which I could see. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, just want to remind you, next week is the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special. We will have 6 people or so in here. We are going to have a wonderful time, and we hope that you're going to like it. We know you're going to like it. It will be chaotic. It may be downright stupid, but it will be fun, and it's just the kind of thing that you need as a break from all the hustle and bustle and shopping and stuff for Christmas. Please tune in next week. You're going to have a good time. Same nerd time, same nerd channel. And I want to thank everybody for participating on stream as you always do and on the text line. If we didn't get to you, I am sorry. I'd say we'll do better next week, but we won't. And I'm not going to say we'll be back next week, maybe, because we are. We're going to be here for the Upstate Pulse annual Christmas karaoke special. Everyone have a great weekend, and goodbye.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody. And next week's going to be awesome, and we're all going to be festive. And say goodbye, Cameron.
Bye-bye.
And Matthew won't leave early next week.
I won't let him.